Hey, boys and girls, cats and dogs, big boys and little boys, and boys and girls. This your boy, Desert Fox, coming at you with a Blitz replay of Wargame Red Dragoon Ash&Shadows mod. We are taking some of our two decks, putting them head to head, and seeing if we can do a Blitz of the enemy. We're doing gunboat diplomacy. It's basically how fast we do blitzkrieg and pressing on the enemy the whole time with speed. Um, I've spent some time trying to build these decks to where it is effective, less micro, and quick. So really, the decks are built to chop through the enemy with speed. What you'll find a lot of times is the tanks have like 70 kilometers and a big gun, right? Sacrificing some armor, but really kind of getting the chewing through the enemy's armor out of the way as fast as possible. So to do that, we're going to take some Ajuns. Some Ajuns. Two of them. Two of them Ajuns. Line it up, boys. And then we're going to also, for this side, there's not going to be a lot of infantry over here. I mean, we might have a little spot right there. So we'll take 3 units of this for just to check the left, just in case. But then we're also going to take the Pumas, which is a 55-point unit, and it has heavier armor for this open space. Very nice. And then on this side, we are going to take the beefy boys of the Abrams, 1, 2, and we're going to run the Leclerc in good order there. And they're also going to be supported by these infantry here. Yes, they are, for sure. And then a couple of vehicles themselves. I might take the Mephistos just to. I want to get some positional authority in the. Please, thank you. Over the river and see if we can't get some pot shots on the enemy. So we'll do that. I mean, we do have these as recon, so we're gonna put them in and we'll put them in. Very nice. So I'm gonna use the Mephistos as like some fire support long range. Okay, we'll take one then. And then we'll take the support of the Avengers to support them. Very nice. And then for aerial protection, of course, we've got to take our leopards and marksmen. 2 groups there. And we're going to take 1 leopard's marksman here. And because of the range and the openness, we're going to take some Rolands as well. We want to keep the enemy kind of out of our hair on this side from chopper advances. So that's going to be that. And we'll take 1 Mars here. Well, bam! So we've got all the things in place here. Let's get this puppy started. So what's the objective again? The objective is to since we're taking the fight to the enemy, to rush over here, take the positions, and duke it out with the enemy. I'm sure we'll make contact somewhere around here. And then Bravo, if the enemy's out here, I'm sure we'll make contact probably on that side of the river. These guys can't just run across the river, so we might quickly stage, check the crossing, but I think these guys should be able to cross. Let's hope for the best. Speaking of crossing, let's get these guys moving first, just so we don't have any micro errors. Get these guys moving, and there. I just need to get everybody moving since this is a blitz. Positional authority is paramount. Like, we want to get across that river because on the attack, that river is going to be our biggest obstacle. So surmounting that obstacle quickly is our main objective. Got her command, she's coming over. I don't want them to give away. The reason why I turn these weapons off, I don't want to give away their position. But if they have a chopper, like a recon chopper, his positions are already given away. So if he can shoot that down with his stinger, that's good. So there's the enemy there. We see his forces. Wow, we've got a lot of tanks there. So it doesn't make sense for our units to cross the river just yet. It does make sense for us to duke it out with them. And see if we cannot. Looks like he has the same idea I do, is to get across the river as fast as possible. So we will take that fight. Our tanks are in good order, fighting order there. Look at that, tanks forward. Look at that. Boom. And our roll-ins are. We will go ahead and. Oops, excuse me. Send some shots there and see if we can pin him on that side of the river. While we bring some fire support on him. Ooh. Go, 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 go. Let's see if we can't catch him in a two-way pincer. And you can see if you can pop them on the flanks there and get you guys moving. Will they catch him on the flanks? Look at that. And so now that the enemy is dealt with, we need our guys to fast attack across the river. And the Avenger getting killed, very nice. We'll get them moving. Very good, armored forces. Get your butts moving. So we want to follow up our gains quickly. I don't know why the controls aren't working. Let's move that way, please. Thank you. And you too. Wow, these controls aren't working. It says A when you're pressing the A button. So none of our controls are working. So our gas is going to be hard. But the Mephistos are doing a good job of skirmishing with the enemy. We're just trying to get him into some kind of battle formation. Go ahead and start bombarding. But our units are across so fast. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, if I take a lot of casualties here, it's probably because I cannot see tanks duking it out with the enemy T-80s at close range. Look at this. Very nice. We're going to tell them to back off the mark. If we can tell them to back off the mark. Wow. So the Mephisto is really doing their job of protecting these guys. Even though we're having technical difficulties, we are still kicking the enemy's butt. Look at that. So we're going to surprise him. We'll move fast through here, please. Telling our boys to advance there with infantry support. I'm literally having to stop and give them every order. So bear with me. We might take in some damage there because we're so close. Crazy. Move forward. Our AA is pretty far behind, so we'll give them fast moving orders on the road. We need to dominate this road here. Juniors are doing a good job of that, and he needs to advance that way. Our flanks are pretty exposed, so what we'll do is we will send some Cobras on an intercept to the outside. But here's the enemy tanks there. These autocannons are going to be crucial for getting close-in engagements taken care of quickly. So we dropped off the infantry to tell them to take the buildings, and then the IFVs are going to charge. Ooh. Ruthless, boys, let's go. I like it. The enemy is dropping like flies, so we'll tell our boys to advance. General advance, guys. Let's go. Very nice. This is a fire shooting on this ridge here, surprising the enemy. I'll have them tell them to take the wings as we advance. Armored advance. This is probably what the Battle of 73 Easting looked like. Americans is steamrolling the Russian forces. There we go. Good look there. On the advance, marching to victory. Let's see our mighty Legion who are tactically flanking the enemy. Very nice. Just a general push here. We'll launch the infantry and have them clear the forest. And we'll post these guys up in kind of an ambush formation. Very very good work. I mean, I'd say it was quick work that we took care of the enemy so quickly on the blitz, but we did a good job. 6 minutes of mayhem, 4,475 kills, no deaths, boys and girls. I'd say I was not expecting to not take any deaths, especially with his advancing so far. But once we caught the enemy's units trying to come across the river on a rush, that's kind of why it's good to kind of set a receiving formation for the enemy tank fleet, and we had a lot of them, supported by IFVs and stuff like that. So honorable mentions here: Command Chief, very good job of the recon. I cannot stress enough. This battle could not have been as successful as it was without having a overall understanding of where the enemy is and how he is attacking. It helps you make quick tactical decisions. There is your leopards taking out the T80 Tunguska, and these T80s, very nice. The Ajuns, very nice. So honorable mention to these two guys, very good stuff. And their vanguards. The Roland just doing his thing. Tanks doing their things. Leopards really did a good job. Ajuns doing a good job. Hats off to the Ep5 Mephistos. That was a good audible. Normally we don't take the Mephistos. They're just there actually in case we lose tanks and we need to quickly call up tank killers and to set a battle line. It's like a good fallback point to stand off with the enemy. But this time using them in this offensive way was pretty effective. They took out 2 Tunguskas on the flank, right? And then stood off these IFVs and infantry and even popped a T80. So hats off to them. He popped 2 T80s. So definitely paid for their value there. The Avengers that were covering them, remember, if you guys watched a lot of my earlier vids, I almost take everything protected. So if it's a fast moving unit, he has a fast moving AA unit to protect him. And of course, if they're not going to run up on anything, the infantry can pop them unless it's an ATGM unit. So that's covered. Their mobility keeps them away from the infantry. More Mephistos, very good. Yeah, these Abrams, I think they pop the enemy at 24 AP, which is great. So he popped the Baratino, very good to him. Leopard's Marksman, very nice. Good Comanche, Leclerc, popping a command vehicle off the gate, good stuff. These Abrams and these Abrams are good. So I'm really looking to see what units pay for themselves. And what you'll notice is most of my units, point value for point value, do end up paying for themselves when they get killed before they get taken out. Like this guy is really good for support, but he didn't get a lot of kills because the tanks were just so fast. And even, see, we didn't even see this, but the Cobra, the IS Cobra that we launched in the wings actually popped the command vehicle for the wing. Go figure. So I didn't even see that, but that's good. What I mean by not having to micro your units, the whole battle can take place, and if you support your units properly, a lot of times you're not being surprised, you're surprising the enemy. So let's say, for example, that command vehicle had protection escort with him. My chopper shouldn't have been able to kill him at all. He should have had like a sonar or a sonar or whatever anti-air to be able to protect him from my chopper, but he did. So I got a sneaky kill. But this is your boy Desert Fox, thanking you guys for joining the channel and enjoying this with me today. You guys have a great day, and goodbye.